Alright, so to start with, we're going to just open up our bags here, and we've got 4 screws that we're going to need to remove. We've got 2 on the top and 1 down here in the front and 1 down here in the back. And to do that, we're going to just use a 4mm Allen and back those all the way out. So this plug right here to disconnect the electrical, this is seated on this little support bar here, so it does help to kind of pull that off before we disconnect. And then right here there's a little tab that we'll go ahead and push down and then go ahead and pull that apart. And then once we do that, we'll lift the bag off and we'll do the same thing on the other side. Alright, so now to get the right side muffler off, we're going to use a number 6 Allen for the exhaust clamp down here to loosen that up, and we're going to use a 14mm socket here, and we also need a 14mm wrench for the back side to hold that bolt tight on the back. And then we're going to go ahead and loosen that, take this off, get the exhaust clamp off, and the muffler should slide right off. Alright, we will save all of our stock hardware here. We reuse this for our mounting purposes, so make sure you keep a hold of all this. You do not need your stock exhaust clamp anymore, as we will provide ones for you here. And then be careful if you've just ridden it, the mufflers can be a little hot, so get yourself a set of rubber gloves or something like that to take those off with you. Alright, now we're going to just twist the muffler back and forth as we pull, and it should come right off. Now you do have this exhaust clamp that, again, we're going to be having one come with our aftermarket set of BAM sticks, so we can just take this and dispose of this along with the stock pipes. Alright, now that we've got our mufflers out here, we're going to go ahead and position the provided exhaust clamp here and make sure that we position it in such a way that we can bury that and hide that behind the heat shield here as well. So put it on nice and loose like this, get your muffler and slip it over the head pipe, slide our muffler in here like so, and once we get our center hole lined up, we'll go ahead and put the factory hardware back on here and then tighten up this clamp, and we'll be good to go on the right side here. Alright, now that that side is tight, we're going to go ahead and tighten down the exhaust clamp using a 15mm socket. Alright, now that we've got that tightened and the factory bolts back on, we are good to go. We'll go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Make sure we wipe the muffler down real well before we fire the bike up so we don't get any of the fingerprints to stick and stay in the pipe, and then we'll get the saddlebags back on and be good to go. Alright, now to put our bags back on, we're going to line up these 2 bolts with the bottom of the bags. Don't forget to clip your electrical connector back together and put it back on the mounting pin, and push that button twice for your security feature to keep it from beeping at you. Once that clicks back in, we should be able to open her up, get her set in place, put our 4 screws back in, and we're done.